It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayagun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun diary politico, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayagun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun diary politico, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayagun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayagun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayagun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun diary politico, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo. Mayagun don't come, oh, yo. Mayagun la wa mo la mo dododo. Mayagun diary, Mayagun number one. Mayagun la wa mo la mo dododo. Mayagun diary, Mayagun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayagun live. Share broadcast. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayagun máa. Tinubu people have responded or have replied, Professor Wole Soyinka, and as you would probably expect them to appreciate the fact that Professor Wole Soyinka came out to condemn the Emilokan song, the Tinubu's camp, they saw through what Professor did. Because in Professor Wole Soyinka's condemnation, right, he said he completely disagreed, right, with, the Pirate Confraternity openly using Tinubu's health, right, to mock him. That's what the song, according to them, looked like. Even though the song didn't mention any name, right? Baba we know well, and the shake leg they shake, Baba we know well, they shouting Emilo Kon. Because everybody know that Emilo Kon is Tifnumbu. So Tifnumbu camp now said that Professor Wole Soyinka was publicly admitting that Tifnumbu is sick. Something, it is obvious that he's not well, right? But at the same time, his own group, they want everybody to overlook that. Doesn't matter. Everybody can be sick, anyone can be sick, and all of that stuff. So forget about his ailment, forget about his physical, what have you, forget about the Parkinson and every other thing that he's suffering from. Just look at what he promises to do for you. But the truth of the matter is this. It is Tifnumbu who put himself up for ridicule. And with the experience that people have had with Buhari, of course, you would always want to be honest with yourself if you want to, right? So, Tinubu is not well. He is sick. Yes, so many of us, we are young today, agile. And look at it this way. Nigeria population is put at over 200 million. And it is also a record that over 70% of that population consists of young people who are between the ages of 30 and below. That's massive. For you to think at least all of them will be comfortable ignoring a sick old man. Yeah, we may not all grow old. In fact, let me tell you something, right? It is not new. No be all of us go grow old. Some of us won't, some of us would, right? But I don't think any of us will wish to grow old, weak, tired, and at the same time be seeking for job like that one. So I don't know how old people feel, but somehow, to me, to so many other people that I know, it is a red flag. However, Professor Wole Soyinka wanted to be politically correct, but rather he was also given a water. So we have a lot to talk about tonight. That is exactly where we are going to start. So share the broadcast, invite your friends, invite everybody that should be here, and then we'll start. Tell them.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, lórí YouTube, and yes, Baba Bewure, and yes,
Thank you very much. So I know that, like as usual, right? The illiterate, ignorant, on-boot slaves, Lagos Abobakus. The frustrated Nigerians. No thanks to APC, Egbekegbe. On Mayagun's diary political, they can't stop coming here. You know why? Even though they know that they are never going to hear anything that is ever going to massage their egos or make them feel better from the miserable lives that APC, Egbekegbe, has now bestowed on them. But on Mayagun's diary political, they join us every night because this platform is like the therapy platform for many of those frustrated Nigerians, confused, lost. When they come on Mayagun's diary political, yeah, it is easier to let out all those anger, all those frustration, all those hate, all those stuff. Some of them, they do that because that is what keeps them alive for now. From the hardship inflicted on them, the jihadists unleashed on them by APC, Egbekegbe. Now, I would take you through, or let me take you down the memory lane a bit. Right? 7 years ago, right? These guys were lyrical on how much Nigeria needed them to save the country and the people from the ruins of people destroying people, PDP. Among those who championed that it was necessary, was our own Professor Wole Soyinka. I mean, no matter any death or any kind of hate, tribal bigotry, and so many other ethnic, bigotry that you're going to come across in Nigerian space, the foundation was laid from 2014, 2015. That was the moment when, those that you will think would never throw caution in the air, like Baba, Professor Wole Soyinka, in one of his diatribes, where he was, granting his regular, back then, Baba usually granted regular, press releases. From the past, it's something that was like a drastic change from their past position to taking a new position in bringing in APC, Egbekegbe, led by Buhari, and then facilitated by Tinubu and gang. In one of those popular ones, when Professor Wole Soyinka was taking a dig at the president of Nigeria then, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, his wife, Patience, Professor Wole Soyinka was responding, I think, to one of the headlines with Patience Jonathan's gaffe. And he said, her husband, who happened to be a Nebuchadnezzar, an Hippopotamus, that he would rather deal with the Hippopotamus and ignore the illiterate Shepopotamus. That was the first lady of Nigeria then, Vex lady. Oh dear. APC, Egbekegbe, and their new recruits back then, they jumped on it. This professor is so good with words. Professor, Shepopotamus. Well, how did he make that up? They fancied it. They enjoyed it. Then they came in, destroyed Nigeria, divided Nigeria, looted Nigeria, bankrupted Nigeria, and then if professors say anything, that professor is the enemy of Nigeria. So today, he is not their friend, even when he tried to be their friend. So for some of you who don't know the genesis of this, or you do, let me start with this. The Pirate Confraternity, they are not considered as secret courts in Nigeria. They are considered as a social club. They are called pirates, wearing white and red cap and other stuff, and they are always in the open. So in one of their gatherings in Lagos, right, where they were gyrating, singing and all that, yeah, so a sort of, a national hit was released. And releasing that hit, wearing that uniform and all that, and Professor Wole Soyinka is the one who founded that Pirate Confraternity, is their founder. So when the song came out, everyone was like, yay, Then Professor came out and said, no, that is you cannot, you cannot be mocking somebody because of their health issue. We are coming back to that, because it was the health issue of Buhari that gave space and room for what you have today in Nigeria. And for those who know Tinubu very well, just this year, he still spent, just last year, he spent 80 days abroad doing what? They said he had a knee operation. So he had a knee operation in America, Maryland. They moved him down to the UK for another medical checkup, but they called it recuperation, right? After that, they moved him again to another European country. And it's been like that for like 80 days. Remember Buhari, who spent over 108 days in London. And you know what happened, Abi? Do you remember that 25.8 billion NNPC new oil license contract or so then? You remember? That's Baru, who is now dead. The former NNPC, that he had to fly to London to come and meet Abakari, where Buhari was a total vegetable, right? Sorry, I'm taking you too far back, Abi. I'm just telling you the implication of sick old men handing your own destiny. If Buhari never taught you anything, of course, you will make your choice. But however, now this song started the wahala to start with.
Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco, and they shake like they shake. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco, yoko. Me loco, me loco. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco, and they shake like they shake. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco. Emi loco, Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco, and they shake like they shake. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco, yoko. Emi loco, Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco, and they shake like they shake. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco. Tinubu went no well. He dey shout me loco. Emi loco, Emi loco.
So ordinarily, right, even Tinubu's critics, they kind of, even those who didn't like Tinubu, right, some of them felt like, that's too far. No, you shouldn't go that far. But do you know one thing that some of you sometimes don't, if you are in that category, some of the things you don't admit is the fact that you are an hypocrite. Okay? Some said, he's a sick man, and he can, you can choose not to vote him and all of that stuff for those who are voting. That also means that you are an hypocrite. I'll start with something. Yeah? In 7 years, they didn't just destroy Nigeria. They stole and looted virtually everything, including the resources that they've not even extracted as we speak. Right? And those who made that happen are all members of APC. In your own view, right? In your own view, should, in this today's Nigeria, right? Should you be offended? Should you feel angry that people have so much disdain for APC? Right? Should you be angry? Ordinarily, if you are being kind of sensitive, so to say, should you be angry? Would you agree that APC, the entirety of them, yeah, brought Nigeria to where Nigeria is today, including the near balkanization and breakup of Nigeria that you are witnessing today? So in your own view, should you feel offended, yeah, that some people feel offended that you are trying to convince them that Tinubu is different from APC. Should you be offended? Because sometimes, right? Some of you feel like it is so easy, convenient, when it is for you to say, let's just forget that and move on. APC, Egbekegbe, brought shame, disgrace to those of you who vouched for them in 2014, 2015. If you would admit, yeah? If you're not doubling down, finding excuses. Should any member, anyone who says I'm an APC member, put up a poster in any part of Nigeria of today, and then expect to win anything at all? Should there? Again, it's about choice. And at the same time, right, let's take it bit by bit as well. In 2015, APC, Egbekegbe, they said they were coming to revive the Nigeria economy. They were coming to create jobs, 3 million of that every year. They promised you that for the first time in your lifetime, Nigeria will stop importation of fuel within the first 2 years of APC, Egbekegbe. Also, your children, they did promise you, if you remember, that those who have become the victims of Boko Haram terrorism, who were then living in abandoned schools, shelters here and there called refugee camps, will be returned to beautiful homes and they will be kept safe, and others can also go to sleep while your children go to school. They did promise you that. In fact, they even said they were going to feed your children, right? Twice a day. They also promised you, especially for some of you who love to spread all their lies, and you are back at it again. They did promise you then that apart from creating 3 million jobs every year, which they believe will be a bit small to what Nigeria will need, they said many of you who will be graduates or who are graduates, you will be collecting what they called, remember, employment allowances. They made a lot of promises, yeah? They also told you, for the first time in your lifetime, as a Nigerian, you are going to witness Nigeria generate over 50,000 megawatts of electricity, distribute everything, and keep your home lit. They did promise you that. One of other things they did promise was to make sure that your naira regained its value and its value among committee of currencies. These were promises that could be checked. You don't need any grammar. They told you back then, they said, just give us 3 months. What is Boko Haram? Boko what? Now, let us now look at those scorecard. Because if you say, let us put the health of their presidential candidate aside, or Muslim ticket, it no matter, fine, we'll come to that. Let us take them on what they have done to Nigeria in 7 years. Because you see that thing where they call Stockholm syndrome. Some people, they suffer them, because of what in Nigeria they do you every now and then, right? Some people are deliberately putting themselves in that state of, selective amnesia. So I'm going to remind you, what is that scorecard? On security in 7 years, more school children have been kidnapped and never found. In 7 years, Boko Haram, upgraded their industry, their business, their enterprise in Nigeria. They became Boko Haram Part 1, Boko Haram Part 2. They now created affiliates, subsidiary, ISWAP. Now, ISWAP, they are opening branches everywhere. Boko Haram that used to be in Borno now became Boko Haram that is now everywhere in Nigeria, including Owo, in Ondo State, Yoruba land. If no be say, then talk say, you cannot shame the shameless on security. Today, Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, other people in Nigeria are paying ransoms to Fulani terrorists in hundreds of millions, in billions. Terrorists are now making convenient calls, negotiating with the families of their victims conveniently in 7 years of APC. Egbekegbe. Kings are being kidnapped, killed, ransom paid for some. Villages are being ransacked in southern Nigeria. But guess what? The entire security system caved in and became part and parcel of the terror gang since APC, Egbekegbe, came on. So, the sad thing about this is that in all of this anomaly, this terrorism, those who were shouting Sai Baba, Sai Baba, Sai Baba, the Sai barbarians, they were not spared. Those who were shouting, infidels cannot lead us, infidels cannot lead us, infidels, those of you who are not this, you are infidel, it is and that, they were not spared. Those who were speaking grammars, speaking in tongues in 2015 because Buhari was going to fight terrorists physically as a retired soldier. Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agboworin Baba Oja. I'm talking about Oshibajo, the special advisor to Buhari now on condolences matters, burial arrangements, and trader money. They said, Holy Braka, he's a pastor. He will be fighting the war spiritually. When they say, you know, if you shame the shameless, 7 years down the line, even the pastor, they're not born and well, to drive from Kaduna to Abuja, they can put on the sat-nav today, which wasn't the same 7 years ago. Security gone. Today in Zamfara, their governor said, you better go get gun, AK-47 or AK-40, whatever you can get, protect yourself. Oh, nobody will protect you again. Oh. That is under APC. Egbekegbe. In Benue, use anything where you get, defend yourselves. Oh, Nigeria is gone. We can no longer protect you. That's the reality. That is Benue. In Southwest Nigeria, they said, Omo, you are on your own. Oh. Police, police or army or navy or DSS or anything, they are not on your side. Their governors came by together and said, we are starting our own security outfit. Guess who stopped it? Guess who incapacitated them or clipped their wings? APC, Egbekegbe. Today, Yorubas are vulnerable. Oh, there we are. Sincerely, we are. We are being monitored by the same people who are supposed to protect us, checking on us to see if we have the capacity to fight back. And if we do, they will come for us. The same people who are supposed to protect us. That's 7 years of APC, Egbekegbe. The terror has spread now beyond where it was closely rooted 7 years ago. Pastor, no, they pray again. The oath, no, they walk again. That's on security. On jobs, they promised you 3 million jobs every year, didn't they? Of course they did. So if they had delivered, by now, they would have created at least 21 million jobs. That could be massive, right? Do you know what that would have been? It would have helped, right, in so much way to reduce poverty. Seriously, it will reduce it. Your government may even likely get more money from you working. But in 7 years, ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria went from the jobless, officially jobless people of 13.5 million in 2015 straight to over 80 million unemployed, jobless, useless, mostly available for the highest bidder, political scavenger, political businessmen. They are ready for hire. 80 million people jobless in 7 years. Now, if you don't believe that figure, you are also lying to yourself because you know it is true. How did I know? I'll tell you. Under APC, they did a lot of economic destruction. Economic jihad, I call it. Yeah. First, they said we have to stop importation of food, especially rice. But they didn't tell you that that was a lie. It was to control it. Then they gave they gave two licenses. One to Dangote, one to Buhari, two of them from northern Nigeria. They were the only two people who have the right, authority, and the license to import grains into Nigeria. None of you from any part of Nigeria can do that. The second part, they decided to shut all the borders. But the northern border remained opened. Not for anything, but for the terrorism to come in, of course. Southern border was shut, right? For years. Nothing was being done. They said it's for security, ladies and gentlemen, rather than us to get safe. Fulani terrorists armed. They invaded us from everywhere. North, west, east, south, everywhere they invaded us today. So businesses started moving out of Nigeria. And people who were working for them, whose expertise and all that could be done away with, they started losing their jobs. Those who were a little bit smart and saw it from 2016, they started processing their japa. Many Nigerians had to japa when they saw that, my company is folding up. My company is moving to Ghana. They are going to lay us off. They are going to sack many of us. All this were going on. People were losing their jobs left, right, and center. Do you know what the APC, were saying? They said those businesses were shutting down because there was no free money from PDP anymore, right? And people bought it. Oh yeah, it's true. Good businesses are going to come. All those people who are losing their jobs complaining, they are PDP because no free money again. Because you know why? Majority of them, they have never had a job. They've never had a business. They've never managed anything. Some of them have never really been responsible. They just jump into the bandwagon and it finally consumed every one of them. So that was the beginning of the Nigeria brain drain with the wave. It's a wave, brain drain. People who had this training, who had that training, they started finding alternative. Canada, America, UK, Germany, everywhere. People started living. The workforce started depleting, business started depleting. At the same time, government started losing money. Shebi, I've told you many times, I said, many of these APC, social media bandits or Facebook adsmen, some of them are kind of, you will pity them. Whether they are older or they are younger, sometimes you have to pity them because some of them don't know what self-destruct means when they make all these choices. But here we are. Government started losing money. Revenue was not coming in anymore. So what would they do? How would they get money? Let us increase the tax on those who are still having money. In fact, hang on. What about we start charging money on people who put money in banks? Oh, yeah. In fact, do you know that there are some money in some banks that, people who have no access to them anymore, we can claim them. Oh, there are dead people who have their bank account, they've not accessed them, we can take all the money. Really? They started looking for everywhere they could see money. Eh? Oh, there are pensioners. Pensioners have this portfolio of so trillion naira, 21 trillion. Wow, pension fund. Okay, slow down. We'll be taking them small. Despite all this reckoning, then you would expect, I bet the people will come to save your economy that knows that, almost 30% of your crude oil is being stolen by the same people, retired generals, current generals, politicians, all of them who have their different group in Niger Delta, stealing your crude oil, selling them to international markets and all of that. APC knows them. They know themselves, Abi. Instead of them to stop that, ladies and gentlemen, they said oil theft in 2015 was 25% to 30%, which means instead of you to be making money, you are losing 30% of what you should be making from oil to oil thieves. Who are the oil thieves? Your politicians, your retired general, your security agent, and the rest of them. I'm saying this because it's true. It is true. They are those behind bunkering. But instead of them to stop it, oil bunkering in Niger Delta region and in Nigeria increased to over 60%. Now, money no day. What are we going to do? What can you do? Then they started borrowing. Nigeria debts jumped from what they told us, from 13.5 billion to what it is now, over $80 billion. Yes, you heard me right. Now, as we speak right now, in this 2022, the Nigeria debt, foreign debt, has now crossed $102 billion. That is over 50 trillion naira. That's your debt. So what did that do? It hit your naira more, devalued it, because every time they go out borrowing, they told them to go and devalue your naira. Your naira jumped from 199 naira to $1 to over 710 naira to $1. And who is bearing the brunt? All of you, the economy. People became jobless, no money. Those who have job, the value of their wage has been depleted. Yeah. And then recession set in. Who did they blame? Not themselves, of course. They blamed you. Many of you want to eat imported rice. All of you want to eat this and that. They blamed you. They said that is the reason why Nigeria is struggling. Cut the long story short, Nigeria entered recession not once, not twice, not 3 times. Nigeria entered recession since 2016 and it remained there till today. Refineries, they're no build. Your petrol no turn to 40 naira per liter. So that same APC, Egbekegbe, want you to ignore health. They want you to ignore, what else? Muslim. Ha. What about unity that they are begging for? How far with the unity of Nigeria in the last 7 years? That's why I said you don't need to like me. Me, I'm always going to be me. Mayagun will always be Mayagun. It is the action and the inaction of those you probably love to worship. I call them criminals because that's how I see them. And I have tried to try and see them differently. Some said, why don't you see anything good about them? I said, I am trying. I haven't seen any. Because every good thing you think they are doing is a mistake. It doesn't take them a long time to correct it. but you can let emotion ride rough on you. Well, that is not me. I didn't create all of this. I didn't. They did. They built on your gullibility mostly, and they implanted what is now tearing everyone apart today. You don't beg for unity. I've said that many times. I mean, you don't go about and then knock people down and say, oh, let us be united now. What is your, let's be united now. I mean, and then it's okay, oh, yeah, then you knock them again. That's not right. That's deceitful. And that's one thing that somebody like me feel like, when they talk about unity, what about their utterances? These guys don't care about, the only unity they want, they always enjoyed is the united to destroy, united to ruin, united to kill, united to steal, united to destroy, as I said. That's the only thing I've seen. Nothing really positive really coming out of them, except if you make them up. Some of you love to make things up, by the way. Oh, you love to make things up. What about what? You and whataboutism. We know that's a problem too. But are you united? That the north, the south, the east, the west, the everywhere, that everybody is walking about with their own dagger, holding it at the back, say, if you do anyhow, you go see anyhow, they will call you my brother now because what you say sound good to them. You know that you are not united. Unity is not just a word. Your leaders are united to ruin Nigeria, and they are doing it successfully. APC, Egbekegbe, divided Nigeria more. That is a fact. They what? They divided Nigeria and Nigerians. I've told you, if you want to live long in peace, don't try to be politically correct when you are looking at happenings in Nigeria. You know what I'm talking about. There are good people. Some of you are good people. You want things done in a more subtle or good ways, right? Well, that is not the foundation they laid in Nigeria. Something came to my mind. I remember this. If you don't remember, just a flashback. Something in.
I go no. Even we not the trust in Nigeria. My sister born for.
That is going to be your vex lady when Tinubu become your president. That will be your next vex lady. That's who she is. If you are doubting it, here is another one.
Madam, you need to apologize. Don't come back to confirm for vote. Madam, don't follow her.
Madam, don't follow her. Madam, don't call her a thug. Madam, all that stuff, anyway. It is who they are. How do you I told you before, I said, your politicians are going to take you through the road to perdition that will show to you more that when somebody says, let us come together and unite, they're saying it. as for convenience. But the real Nigeria, you are going to see it in your election, including, you have seen the pastors. The pastors have already started like, Muslim, this or that, not because this is what it is now, isn't it? The imams have also joined. And all this can give you an idea into what you are getting yourselves into. So I caught one, and it was, I think it's this. Let's see. And mind you, if you don't understand Yoruba, don't worry. Okay, when I come back, right, I'll do my best to interpret a bit. But listen.
Mẹ́ta. Hausa gbé yẹn lẹ̀. Wọ́n fa yẹn lẹ̀. Yorùbá gbé yẹn lẹ̀. Wọ́n fa yẹn lẹ̀. Igbo gbé yẹn lẹ̀. Wọ́n fa yẹn lẹ̀. Gbogbo orú rẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ tó bá wò sí láyé. Tó bá jẹ́ pé dáhìrì Yorùbá adé bá ní ọ. Tó ìsọ máa lé Yorùbá. Tinubu lọ dìbò. Bẹ́ẹ̀yàn bá mi rí àfúrásì. Kí ni tiẹ̀? Ẹ lọ kò fẹ́ bí yín léèrè. Ẹ pé ọ̀dà. Ẹfẹ ni ọba dá hàn nínú àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta. Tálẹ̀ ẹni tó dá ọmọ rẹ̀ wo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ náà tà mọ́. Nígbà wọn ní nǹkan ọ̀dà tá a ní gbogbo wọn rẹ̀ ebi tiwa lásìkò ọ̀hún. Àbí ọmọ ẹni oníṣèlú bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ kábíyì. Èmi ẹ̀ sọ olóṣèlú àmọ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ dé yìí. Èmi ẹ̀ sì ṣe kàmpé ìfẹ́ nìkan àmọ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ dé yìí. Tọ́ba yẹ kó wọn náà fẹ́ kọ́ màá ní ó jẹ́ èèyàn Tinubu lọ́tẹ̀ kan. Tí ṣe Yorùbá. Ìdí kankan ò sì sí ju pé torí kọ́ jẹ́ Yorùbá. Kò sí kankan mi. Wọ́n sì ní èmi ò ní yóò ṣe é dáa. Èmi ò sì ní kò ní ṣe é dáa. Ọlọ́run lọ́mọ ẹni tí ó ṣe é dáa, Ọlọ́run lọ́mọ ẹni tí ò ní ṣe é dáa. Àmọ́ bí ọ̀rọ̀ dé yìí, Tinubu lọ́kàn, Tinubu ni ẹ dìbò fún. Olódò ọ̀rọ̀ ni mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ lọ lè gbọ́ lónìí. Gbogbo kàmpéyì tábà wò sí fún ẹ̀yìn etí rẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ gbà. Ọgbọ̀n ọdún ni Yorùbá máa fẹ́ẹ̀lì. Tá máa fẹ́ẹ̀lì. Bàbá fẹ́ẹ̀lì nírè yìí ó tún dọ̀gbọ̀n ọdún kí lọ́mọ tó ọmọ bọ́ dọ̀gbọ̀n ọdún láyé. Ọgbọ́n gbogbo wa la máa sọ sínú lọ́dọọdún every 30 years. Ọgbọ̀n ọdún. Bó ti fẹ́ẹ̀lì ní 1963. Lára Awólọ́wọ̀. Ẹ̀dá kò parí rojọ́. Nítorí wá sí láàyè ilẹ̀ ìfilẹ̀. Yóò bọ̀ débẹ̀ bá títí pé ní 1993. Abíọ́lá náà tó gbé. Abíọ́lá náà tó gbé. Gbogbo bí ó ṣe dé ó débẹ̀ àti tí wọ́n sì gbé fún kò sẹ́yìn Yorùbá kò débẹ̀. Yorùbá yìí náà ni o. Ó tún wá ní 2023. Lẹ́yìn tí ń bọ̀ yìí. Àtúwọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ wà káwọ́ wá dìde wọ́n pe àwọn Yorùbá wọn láwọn àìnífẹ́. Ẹ̀fẹ́nifẹ́ wá fẹ́rẹ̀ fún Yorùbá ẹgbẹ́ yín ìsàfẹ́nifẹ́ afẹ́nifẹ́ bí.
It is smoky. It is smoky Igbo. It is taking them.
So what the Alpha said is that as Yoruba, he is not a politician, okay? But as a Yoruba man, looking at the politics and the candidates, Tinubu should be the candidate for all Yorubas. As that sentiment. He said, I am not saying that it's going to do well, and I'm not saying it's not going to do well. But as a Yoruba man, you have to follow APC. It doesn't matter. Whatever they have done to you. No, be so. So me, I'm a Yoruba man. No. That's why I feel like, you see that Alpha,
It is smoky Igbo. It is taking them.
Here is another one. I told you, it's going to get worse, so don't mind me. It's going to get worse, so there are many teachings, like, and it's going to even go physical. I've said that many times. But whatever that comes out to be, just remember that me, I share my own view will be, right? Now, here is another one, and I think, where is that? Yes, this one as well. It'll be only church.
What one had the money when I was Muslim ticket. Mo ní àṣà àwọn kìíní yóò tí ìgbádùn tán ọmọ mélòó rẹ̀ ń bí èmi tí mo fẹ́ yàwó méjì tí tún múra méjì sí ọmọ yẹ ọmọ tí ń dìde.
wọ́n fẹ́ kí bí wọ́n kọ́ ọ̀nà sọ̀yàtà.
bí bá sọ ọmọ yẹ ọ̀kẹ́rẹ́ ní òbí àbí méjì ẹja jọ jáde ẹja wo population tó pọ̀ jù Tobari afami ya yin fẹlẹfẹlẹ Ọlọ́run ọmọ iye ọmọ tó bí.
Wa fi qawli wa qama salata.
Ó wá sọ pé Muslim
So salati.
ẹ̀yin Mùsùlùmí ẹ túra yín jáde. Wọ́n ní wọ́n mọ̀ táwọn dọ́gba campaign fún Tinubu ni. Èmi ò rówó Tinubu ọmọ ní àbótí dé lọrin kì í dé lọrin lọ́ba wa kókó wa.
Wa qama salata.
Wọ́n ti Tinubu ọba wọlé ó dójú tàwa Mùsùlùmí. Torí wọ́n ti lọ ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn ọ̀fẹ́ Muslim. Wọ́n ní ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n rántí ayé ìdí àgbà àti Buhari original kó tó kan Buhari fake. Nígbà tó jẹ́ Muslim wọ́n rí ṣe àbí wọn ò rí ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà ó tẹ̀sí Muslim wò lẹ́lẹ́kejì. Ó rí kan wọ́n ò rí ṣe.
Wa qama salata.
Wọ́n ti fi Tinubu sọ yín lẹ́nu wọn làwọn fẹ́ Ìsìlámù lára rẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀yin Mùsùlùmí àbíkẹ́ dìde.
àbúrò fẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ níbo ló ti mọ̀ mí bó lè ti mi àti ẹ ti dàpọ̀ kí ló dé mi àti ẹ pọ̀.
Ọlọ́run ṣé yìí gẹ̀.
àbúrò fẹ́ bá tiẹ̀ jẹ́ níbo ló ti mọ̀ mí bó lè ti mi àti ẹ ti dàpọ̀ kí ló dé mi àti ẹ pọ̀.
So what the Alpha was saying as well is that in his own mind, do you know how many children Muslims are having? For you to say you don't support Muslim tickets. Like, are you for real? That he himself, right, as a man, he has 2 wives. And do you know how many children he has? And do you know all these affairs here? Do you know how many children they have? How many wives and how many children they have? That is an insult for anybody to come out and say they don't want Muslim tickets. So in fact, everyone saying they don't want it, they are indirectly campaigning for Tinubu because now they have to prove it that he's a Muslim and he must be the president. That's another affair, but that one will waste our time. But like I told you, it is the direction it's going to go through. And don't blame me, not be me, bring your religion, tribe, and everything you are going to use to tear yourselves. No be me bring them. Now they bring them, but because of your hypocrisy, sometimes you feel like you can preach unity and be filled with so much hatred, so much hate, bloodshot hate among. Because me, I've never come here now to come and show hate to anybody. No, I don't do that. I don't. Even though I may get a sharp mouth, as people say, like, Mayagun, this is your mouth, no good though. This your mouth is too sharp. Oh. But I would never be hateful towards anyone. You can tell. And you can see around me too. But when you read your own comment and the bigotry in them, whether you are an Igbo man or you are a Yoruba man or you are a Northerner and the rest of that, the bigotry that they implanted in many of you, that you have against yourselves, read your own comments. Then you will see it. You see that how your hearts are filled with so much hatred, which is contributing to your choice in life, blind choices that has kept you completely underdeveloped. So you get what I mean now? So those who implanted them in you are also going to weaponize it, to use it, and you are going to be available to make that happen for them. Read your own comments. As you are watching my video right now, read that comment. As you want to send that comment now, that thing you want to send, that comment you are typing now, because you are feeling like you want to send it against Christians, Abi, or you are typing it and you want to say something horrible about Muslims, Abi, because of this, Abi, or you want to say something horrible about Yoruba right now, you are typing it, Abi, or you want to say it, just vice versa. Read them and then tell me, Mayagun is lying, that there is nothing called unity in Nigeria, not just word of mouth. It's not real. So tell me, read all the comments. Because in churches too, they are doing it. But they are not doing it this way that some of these affairs would do. You know, the affairs are taking it through tribal and religious route, right? But in churches, they are different. They kind of, they're kind of more detailed. It's sort of more reasonable reasons, things that can get you to sit down and think, not emotional blackmail and others. For example, listen to this one. from one pastor in Abuja talking about Nigeria and then choice of what they could do to salvage their future, and compare it to that affair about wives and children, then about Yoruba and all that, just for the optics, or for the I don't even know, compare.
They said that as at last week, some details emerged concerning Nigeria's excess crude account. The excess crude account was created by President Obasanjo in 2004 to get excess revenue from the crude into an account over the budgeted benchmark. That is, this is what we expect. We got more than that, so we put it aside. That amount as at 2014 was 3.6 billion in the excess crude account. By the time it was this February 2014, by the time it is 2015, just at the beginning of this current regime, it stood at $2.2 billion. Today, it is not up to $0.5 million. It is 376,000. Hello? Is there anybody who's here still? The country is spending 5.9 trillion on imports. To import medicines, food, materials, spare parts required for industries, and so on. Excess reserves at 15 billion. If this spending continues within 4 months, there will be no money to import anything. So Lord, deliver us from total collapse. Deliver us.
Can you spot the difference? I mean, as somebody who has brain, or let me say, whose brain is still working and they can still reason. Yeah? As you sat there watching right now, those things pointed out, did they have direct impact on every single Nigerian today or not? The answer is yes, they do. These guys have depleted everything that could make you stand as a country. Like, for the world to still say you are a country, they have depleted everything. And that's a cause for concern. The political party that did that is bringing a physically sick man. But they don't want you to talk about the sickness. Oh, no. You don't need to. Don't mock him. You're talking about it like mocking him. You are drowning. Drowning as we speak. And people want to blackmail you with your emotion. Isn't that crazy? No? This is another part. Just so you just listen.
Are you still following? Side by side with that is the purchase is the release of government money for the purchase of vehicles for a neighboring country called Niger Republic in billions. 1.4 billion. And I heard that somebody explained that it is to fight security. I mean, to enhance their security. What a useless. What happened to us? What brought us to this group of gangs? This is gangsterism. to these gangs, gangsters. That is, the country is poor and yet the country is being duped. This is dupery. Security that you have not finished fighting in your own country. It will end. It must end. That is, apart from construction of rail from Nigeria to the same Niger at the cost of $1.96 billion, the equivalent of 712 billion naira of money you are looking for. What is the mystery there? That mystery must be unveiled. 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 That mystery must be unveiled.
So do you know why I actually love this message? Yeah? It was being factual. And at that moment, it was actually taking his congregation through a dubious system that APC actually practices. And during that 5-minute clip, yeah, there was never a time, yeah, he brought God into it. Never. Because at that point, people needed to reason, be, at this point, to leave God now. More will reason. And that's my favorite part, the one I just finished listening to now. Is my favorite part when he said, who handed us to these gangsters? Who handed us to these murderers? These con men, shameless set of humans who feel nothing because they don't see nothing wrong in what they have done. Sorry, guys, I'm going to listen to that again. I like the part where he said, who do us this thing? Like, you know, if you are a Christian or a Muslim, when they present this fact before you, it has nothing to do with God, though. So that every other thing that has happened to you, after that, you can easily trace them back to all of this. The Nigerian foreign reserve that APC, Egbekegbe, met at $42 billion, has been depleted right now to below 15 billion. You should be alarmed. Rather than play religious. You see, it didn't bring God, it didn't bring Jesus, it didn't bring anything. He was telling them facts. Did you see the reactions of the people there? I'm going to see it again. Sorry, guys.
They said that as at last week, some details emerged concerning Nigeria's excess crude account. The excess crude account was created by President Obasanjo in 2004 to get excess revenue from crude. Are you still following? Side by side with that is the purchase is the release of government money for the purchase of vehicles for a neighboring country called Niger Republic in billions. 1.4 billion. And I heard that somebody explained that it is to fight security. I mean, to enhance their security. What a useless. What happened to us? What brought us to this group of gangs? This is gangsterism. Who handed us over to these gangs? This gang. Gangsters. That is, the country is poor and yet the country is being duped. This is dupery. that you have not finished fighting in your own country. It will end. It must end. That is apart from construction of rail from Nigeria to the same Niger at the cost of $1.96 billion. The equivalent of 712 billion naira of money you are looking for. What is the mystery there? That mystery must be unveiled. That mystery must be unveiled. That mystery must be unveiled. That mystery.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Somebody said that the Kano Maradi Railway is being constructed, it's going to be constructed by Europeans. No, it's not being constructed by Europeans, okay? They went to the EU with a proposal that they want to construct railway from Nigeria to Maradi. So they needed a loan. And they wanted them to borrow them $1.96 billion. So Nigeria is going to be the debtor for it. We are going to put down all the requirements for the loan. And Nigeria Republic is just going to have to sit back and watch from far and see how this is constructed. So it's not free, it's not from them and all that. Only by Nigeria. Who handed us to these criminals? He asked. But it be like say Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, as an answer. Channels, televisions, a clip.
We cannot be intimidated by somebody because you're president or you're a governor, and we cannot tell you that you're wrong. If I had gone into politics, at least given the people that have succeeded in becoming president in Nigeria, I could have been president. That I choose not to go into politics does not make me a subordinate human being. We take too much rubbish. And we're all too afraid, too much in our comfort zones. And by the time these guys finish with us, our children will not have a nation. If you're not in politics, you must hold those in politics to account. You know, when people are incompetent and they don't like you, you wear their dislike as a badge of honor. You can't be normal in a dysfunctional environment. And for the young people, do not fear. This is your country, this is your future. Take hold of it, work for it, build it. Don't let anyone tell you to run away because you have a degree. Go to England, go to America, go to France. This is your country, you're coming back here. So let's work to build one for you. And you help us build this country for you.
Ace, former emir, no the bobo us. But you are right, you know, on other things. That the thugs, the rogues, who have taken hold of Nigeria, they have no shame. Therefore, they believe that, you know, in the country, I mean, in the community or country of the blind, one-eyed men will be their leaders, they will say. So we know where this is coming from, and many people have chosen never to be part of the charade. And for those who want to take on them, of course, they too are out to fight for their lives. In one of those instances where people are trying to dissociate themselves from any kind of, you know, misery of APC, there's a clip. There's a clip from, you know, what's that? Love Word Ministry. Pastor Yakilome's church, right? His nephew, who is one of the topmost pastors or so, are there. For some reason, decided to endorse Tifnumbu. I don't know what happened. They said that Pastor Yakilome was so shocked. First, he sacked the guy, removed him from that position, then committed him into a place called spiritual rehabilitation. So that now makes sense, right? Somebody was talking to me and he said he read a joke somewhere. And that joke, you probably have heard it too, right? Someone went to a doctor. And when he got there, it was like they were running a test on him and all of that stuff. So at some point, the doctor just asked that, wait, do you have any member of your family with mental health issue, like who is, And the guy was like, yeah, my senior brother, his wife, my friend, my junior brother as well. Said, oh, that's a lot. Wow, it was like because they are going to vote. They said they are going to vote APC, Egbekegbe again. Now only people will get mental problem. They will say, oh, but this time around, Pastor Yakilome decided to commit his nephew to a spiritual rehabilitation center because this is not ordinary. You know fit. Explain now. But listen.
President of Love World Next and Love World Innovations, Daysman Oyakilome Wokire, is hereby removed from being president of Love World Next and Love World Innovations, and also suspended from all official roles for acts of gross misconduct. Gross misconduct. So he no longer handles any of that, and I'm putting him under spiritual rehabilitation. He has to go through a spiritual rehabilitation program from now with immediate effect.
More. Any member of your family, because people have right to their choices, okay? Because that's one thing about me anyway, I believe that democracy, whatever we'll call it, even though some said democracy is not probably good for Africa, or the people should develop their own type of governance and all of that. But democracies just allow choices, right? Even though it's manipulated in Nigeria cities. I kind of love democracy where people have choices. Majority should have their way, while the minority will have their say in a way. So that's why I always choose that if Nigeria was to be a real place, right, in a democratic setting, right now, you and I will probably belong to the Yoruba nationalists that are campaigning for Yoruba nation, telling people, in fact, probably have forced some of these, all these political players to adopt Yoruba nation strategy and all of that, whereby those who are pro-Yorubas could be standing up, for an election today. But Nigeria is a rigged system. You don't want to be part of that to validate every rubbish they do because you can see through everything, right? So that's why I'm like, if I want Yoruba nation, as I want Yoruba nation, right, which I would want a democratic experience of it without having to go and get a gun and all of that. I know some of my friends said, I would say, you cannot get Yoruba nation without getting without war, without getting gun. I'm like, okay, I understand. Well, I don't believe that. And I don't. That you have to go and get gun and war and all of that to get Yoruba nation. But democratically is what I believe in, where people will participate in it, right? Decide that they want it and eventually go for it. Choice. Well, somebody said that, Mayagun, stop deceiving yourself. I'm like, I know. I'm not arguing with you. The only thing I just don't understand is that, you see, for the past 2 years now, right? Every time I take a position and I said, I prefer where people, right, are allowed to democratically, right, decide, participate in a referendum that would then, put them on the pathway to their own independence. Mayagun, all these things, no, they walk, no, they talk like that. No, people have told me that like that for like 2 years. But guess what? Those who have told me that were those who are so passionate about, especially Yoruba land, right? So passionate about Yoruba land. And to them, to get it, Omo, it's not going to be a joke. We have to do this and that. But for 2 years, I haven't seen any of them start it. People don't like me saying that too. Mayagun, don't talk like that. Mayagun, you shouldn't be saying that. I'm like, okay, maybe you should stop telling me to probably change my own opinion too. You know, like trying to make me change it that it is through peaceful, democratic means, right, that a nation will be birthed. Even if you go to war, right? When you kill and fight, at the end of the day, you are going to end up on a negotiation table. And whatever you draft on that negotiation table is what you have to take back to your people and say, this is it finally. So I still believe in that very, very strongly. So if you also believe in sometimes you shouldn't tell us. Sometimes it may be when you start it in a way. But cut it short. Democracy, where people have choice, say, and say, okay, this is what I believe in. And then you let those who are going to say, no, I don't believe in that. Then you let them say it. Then you let those who have the conviction, when they are more. That's how you build. That's how you build a country. In my own opinion, no. So when they say, when some said that even if Tinubu is inside wheelbarrow, if you walk, if you talk again, like they told you then that even if Buhari is dead and they put his dead body inside the coffin and put it inside a poster, they will still vote for him. You remember that? They believe that is their choice. Just like you also have the choice to say, Omo, I know they take I'm not going to be part of this like many of you have been. So we all have to, normally, right? We were all supposed to have all those choices. Today, if not because Nigeria is not a country, right? There is no reason why every Yoruba man, Yoruba woman should sense and see the danger of what Nigeria has done today to them, to the generations here, generations yet unborn, that, it shouldn't be so difficult to speak to you about why you should choose self-preservation. Okay, self-preservation is start from you knowing that you deserve better. And as a Yoruba man and a Yoruba woman, you and where you come from, your identity and who you are cannot be traded for a second place in what Nigeria is suffering. You have seen it all. So if somebody is now saying, don't look into the rot, don't look into the disunity, don't look into the state-sponsored, division and the rest of that. Just imagine a beautiful country where everybody just love themselves. That's an imagination. That's what many of you have been working with for many, 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 many times. Do you get that now? Imaginations and all that. And every now and then, the politicians comes back and they'll come back harder on you and they will leave you worse off. So I choose the freedom that comes with my own ancestral identity. I'm a Yoruba man. Nigeria has done enough damages to me, to my generations, to those who are even going to come after me. Today, the future of those who are the children of Yoruba land, their future is already mortgaged. Do you know that? What you faced when you were growing up, many of those children that are yet to be born right now, they're going to face the same thing. And I ask myself, when exactly do you think? When exactly do you think you're going to be like, enough, we are done? So it's up to you. So I'm going to, take a quick break. Make your choice and don't think you have monopoly of it. And when you make your choices, please hone them. And again, if you are APC, Egbekegbe member, Emi Lokan, Krona, or sympathizer, let me tell you this. Whatever you see is whatever you get. All this ridiculing that Tinubu and gang are facing, they brought it upon themselves because people have faced even worse. Now, if you would want people to respect your leaders as you claim, tell your leaders to stop mortgaging the Yorubas for their own selfish, self-centered ambitions. I mean, if it was, Tinubu and gang, if today, if they were running for the position of the premier of the Yoruba region, it would have been a different ball game. You wouldn't have to worry about those who are going to complain about him shaking or not. But he wants to be president of Nigeria, a country destroyed and ruined, divided by APC, and you want people to just ignore that is not healthy. So, Professor Wole Soyinka, sir, the APC, which is a Tinubu's camp, they saw what you did, and they are not happy. That is why they responded with Wole Soyinka is an hypocrite. You know what I mean? He was, like, it didn't condemn what those people did, because what Wole Soyinka did was to say people should not mock Tinubu because he is sick. Meanwhile, Tinubu can't want people to believe that he is not sick. He is fine. So last, you get what I mean? Meanwhile, there is a particular one I almost missed, even though I don't really believe the news. That's why I didn't emphasize on it much. The news came, they said that the Nigerian military have arrested the 5 people linked to the Owo attack. You remember that terrorist attack in Owo? Yeah? They said ISWAP claimed responsibility. ISWAP is Islamic West African State, ISWAP, Islamic State of West Africa Province, ISWAP. Those are Boko Haram terrorists. They claimed responsibility for the attack. And now the Nigerian military said they have arrested 5 people in an hotel in Owo. They've arrested the person who also lodged them. I don't know. Terrorists who killed people on the 5th of July. The first, a day after that, a day after that terrorism act, the news broke that they've arrested them. That came back to be a lie. 2 weeks after that, they also told us that they have arrested almost 70 of those terrorists. They were sharing some pictures at the time. Story. It came back to be a lie. So today, the Nigerian military said they have arrested 5 people linked to that terror attack, and they were ISWAP members. But there are no names, there are no images, just media headlines. So that's why I didn't lay emphasis much on that, okay? Because in another 2 weeks or 2 months, just before the election, they may tell you they have arrested the Owo terrorists again. But whatever it is, let me take a few calls, and then we can call it a night. This is where you can react now. So if you have been watching all this while, you can take a moment to like and share the broadcast if you haven't. Now, when I come back, we would continue from where we are stopping. Now you can call in and then make your own contribution accordingly. So I will be back. Thank you very much. And I'm going to ask you again, by the way, how is the audio so far? If you have to, if you have to rate it from from 1 to 10, would you say, what? Good? So I'm going to have to listen to that as well. So also, if you haven't signed up onto the yorubaunion.org, I think you should do it now, as most people's profiles are now sort of coming up updated. And like I told you, it is going to be open for interaction soon enough that we're going to see ourselves. You can send, you can open groups, you can connect with people and all that stuff when it is due. Okay, so hello there.
Yeah, Mayagun General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good. Give me 1 second. Let me sing that song. It sounds so good.
Okay, which of them?
Babel no Ide shade mi leko. Oh me leko.
Leg the shake.
Baba no de wa.
Ide shouting.
Now
do it yourself now. Do it by yourself. Okay?
My brother.
Now, I want to hear you sing it all through. I just reminded you the lyrics, right? So I want to hear you sing it, right?
Baba no de wa. Ide shate mi leko.
Okay.
Hands they shake, leg they shake. Baba no de wa. Ide shate mi leko.
That's it.
My brother,
look like say, go for it, Baba. Go on.
I really, really thank those guys. They really remind me those good days, those college days. It's a very, very wonderful thing. You see, my brother, my people used to say, the person will go fetch firewood way and today. Now I invite lizard.
God bless you.
Like they know they tell us this nonsense. Now person will go invite. No being way no say you know they were. He they come out. Come they tell people, I beg, let them go and just find their rapper where they where they bounce. This one at the beginning, campaign never stays, never
start. So exactly.
Make they just prepare their mind. If they won't die, make they prepare their will. Because now them way give people topic to discuss.
Like, do they expect people to just roll out a red carpet for them after all APC did?
I mean, my brother, even if they they won't manipulate their system, at least they go see here people go talk. So make they know they make this nonsense. I don't care whether they talk or no talk. The truth be say, the man, somebody say it's a bad market. There's no how you can sell a bad market. The bad market is so bad that no matter how you try to package and rebrand the bad market, is very difficult to market. So when you have a bad product, you have to know that you have a bad product. So they should
you have a bad product. You can't complain, say people are complaining.
My brother. So the truth of the matter is they should prepare their mind, knowing that they have a bad product. They should prepare to get more of the reactions of the people. That's just the simple truth of the matter. Like you said, for the Yorubas, for the Igbos or the Hausa or Fulanis that are supporting, all of them are the same. All of them, because you can only take a very similar person to support somebody that is wearing diaper. Diaper, my dear brother, age is age. There's nothing like nobody is mocking
now.
him.
Why is anybody? See, why do they think they have to tell us that we should pray to reach his age? So we should not mock him. See, whether you pray to reach his age or not, you are not guaranteed you are going to. And if you reach his age, would you want to be put towards this public ridicule? That's the question. It's a wish.
My brother, the truth is that when you are old, you are old. Forget about all this nonsense. There is nothing that will change your age, no matter the money you have. If money changes people's age, my brother, Her Majesty Queen of England, will be more younger than every one of them.
That's true.
They don't get money past the Her Majesty. Age, na age.
You can't cheat it.
Bring your age. You can't cheat it. When age come, it don't come. So let them stop all these things. Nobody's mocking him. He's old. And unfortunately for him, he is sick. So they should better try to advise the man if they so love him. They should better advise him, because myself, I see this thing now, Fulani package. Maybe if they manage to secure this presidency, it will become the issue of Yaradua Jonathan. Because that's the way, because I don't see any person in his right senses that can be campaigning for somebody that cannot stand by himself for just few minutes. I mean, if not that maybe they have a hidden agenda to have that situation of Yaradua Jonathan again. Otherwise, I don't think this will be something any normal person will be dreaming of.
Well,
honestly, so that is it, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me take another one as well tonight. So I have here. Hello.
Baba Magi.
Sir.
Baba.
Baba. How are you?
I
don't hear you.
I don't miss more.
Did you just join us? Did you just join us now?
No, I didn't. You don't say I hide, hide, come on. You see, if I just come back, no mass therapy for me, I tell you. You understand me?
I mean, that's what I said earlier as well. I said that even people who don't like me, they don't like me. They know, but they still come here every night to come and remind me that they don't like me. And because this is like a therapy session for so many people, so many. Irumole.
Hello, it's just the other day, I tell you, the company where I worked with before, then lose the contract of over 20 years, and that company can't take over.
Yes.
They say, they can't bring new policy, no use phone, no use AirPods, do pala. If you say me still me 5 minutes walk, me man lolly ma she break 1 hour, ma bo. Ma jókòó lè máa jẹ oúnjẹ tó dáa, máa jẹ bàǹgbà mi, máa jàmọ̀ wá gan, máa relax. But ní ìsinyìí it's almost 2 months, I no fit do am again.
I see.
So normal ó sì máa rọ̀ lára wọn na normal thing. So yẹ kí n máa miss Mayagun tó bá ti close máa sáré máa bẹ́bọ̀ lé mi. And your sister and your boy dem go holiday for Italy. So mo ní kí n sáré opportunity yẹn kí n fàṣẹ iṣẹ́ sọ́mọ̀ jáde. Àwọn hours tí mi tẹ́lẹ̀ nítorí I didn't like to say I don't miss, but at the same time, I need to pay my due.
Please.
I need to appreciate you for. I know they select people, they mention name more. I need to appreciate this, my good mother, Princess.
She's watching.
Yes, I always appreciate her. Yeah, it's my good sister from another mother. I've never met her before, but I always appreciate her. Bolu, every other person, I they appreciate them in my family. Anytime we take time, just go inside my small office, stimulate, I move phone, I want to meet my online, everybody can, you understand me? And they always, that thing they keep me going.
Bless you.
You understand me?
Bless you.
But
we have a community here, sincerely.
Yes, we are. See, Baba, it's not a community, it's a family.
It's a family.
Baba, it's a family, yes. And they listen to all your history. You understand me? Where you read.
Yes.
You understand me? Of how we take part. Baba, I did talk one thing. They can talk this thing for you, Baba.
Okay.
Baba, I'm just sorry. Shayewa. We no do mistake come this world though. Look at do for broken. Shayewa. The Shiluda. We no do mistake in Nigeria. They no do mistake born us from Nigeria. But you know the only mistake we do.
Tell us.
The only mistake that she didn't make, as she and Oloriyan, we get bad leader. Nigeria is no more a country. Hello, Baba, do you hear me?
I am with you, Irumole. I'm following you.
Nigeria don't die for a long time. Baba, I tell you, Nigeria don't die for a long time. Baba, when I did small, I remember, I was born and brought up in Mafoluku, Oshodi. Baba, me college between Ikeja Cement area. We go on Saturday, Baba. We go dress up. Christians go come our house, on our jail. All of us go eat together. Christmas, then go buy Christmas clothes for us, Papa. And go say, I love you. I want your boss say, go your boss house. Those Christians, all of us go there. My papa go carry both Christian and Muslim, pagan, everybody, children, go Leventi. With him combi boss. I get that receipt for inside my papa house. My papa don't let to. My first boss with my papa back, for Volkswagen company, now 1,350 naira. Receipt one $1 in document $1. Baba Shayewa, Hallelujah. And Wolori Lashi. They are all evil. Baba. They are all evil men and evil women. They never like us, and that is the only area I get upset with people that stay in that construction country called Nigeria, supporting evil politicians. Still believing that Tinubu will be idiot, Atiku, may have something to offer. They have nothing to offer anybody.
They don't have anything to offer them.
Nothing to offer them.
Except for the imagination that many of them have created in their heads. Man, Nigerians can be very creative and imaginative. You know that. Very, very imaginative. They have made up a lot of...
And you see another thing. Another thing I would want every Nigerian to hear tonight. In the whole world, Baba, I've traveled very, very well. Out of the 36 countries, say the terms without number in Nigeria. The country I've not, the state I've not visited, sorry, in Nigeria, we're not up to 6 when I was doing firewall business. We are the most tolerant and patient human being on this earth. I won't lie to you. We are the most tolerant and patient human being on this earth I've ever come across.
Nigerians.
Baba, Nigerians, yes. Other countries, small thing it could just blow up.
Like what Nigerians take in. But one thing is that is it tolerance or fear? Because people know that they have been under, we have been under oppression, suppression, state-sponsored, control, sort of, right? For years, military rule and other stuff. Would you say it's because of that tolerance? Or?
You see why I use that word tolerance is because if you watch Nigerians, right, there is nowhere you will not come across Nigerians in anywhere in the whole world.
Yes.
And in any circumstances, we always survive. We are very, very tolerant.
So,
understand me? We always find our way. Understand me? But my message to all my both Yoruba, Igbo, Shetiri, Delta, Nigerian people is the people back home never believe anything any politician says to you. They don't like it for anything.
They don't.
They are evil people. I don't call them users, Baba. I call them evil men and evil women. What's on my comment?
Some people even like to call them, yeah, they don't call them rulers, they call them ruiners. You're ruiners. Because they ruin things, they've ruined their lives.
Baba, if you are calling them they root things, you understand me? Baba, you still they use all this our Oyibo grammar, you understand me?
Right.
These people are evil.
Evil, pure.
Let's call the spade a spade. Baba Nika, Yorùbá sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ fún ojú ń bó ń ṣe pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe ò dáa. Nǹkan tí ò dáa kò lórúkọ méjì ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò dáa ni. Nǹkan bí ló ń jẹ́ bàbá. These people are evil. You understand me? There is nothing anyone can tell me. They are evil people. You understand me? Because if anyone doesn't have evil mind with that condition, at that stage, someone will not come out and say, I'm telling you.
Let me take let me give because of our time. You always be mindful of the time. Baba, thank you so much.
By regards to the house of the truth,
everybody
thanks everyone. I appreciate everyone. From sisters, everybody, Bolu, everyone. Thanks everybody. Good night. Thank you.
Nice one. So I have another caller. Yeah. Let's see. Hello there. Hello, ma. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Well, I'm here and I'm, surviving. Thanks for asking.
Hello, Ashia. I've said it before. Why you going that? Whatever power we give today to the politicians, to the government, is what they use
on us.
I said that severally. The sovereignty of every country is with the people.
So it should be.
So, yeah, if you go to the toll gate and somebody ordered the killing of the people there, and the person that ordered that killing could come out to hold a public office again, and we have people singing his praises that he should be there, then you've given them the power to kill. It will kill some more.
It will have to kill more.
Like Rubole said earlier, he said something like Nigerians are patient and Nigerians are cowards. Whatever these politicians do here and get away with, they cannot do it abroad, Baba.
I don't think, no matter what some countries are, they would never take a tiny bit of what Nigerians have taken from these guys.
That is it, Baba, because I have said it before. Olojukan is a one-eyed man that becomes a king in the community of the blind.
That's right. So they say.
Mayagun Bobo were Ondo Wombi. They can't try it elsewhere. Do you know why our people are accepting it? They've weaponized poverty so much to an extent that these people don't even know they are suffering.
Princess, do you know that Akeredolu is still in prison here?
Yes. It won't happen in Nigeria. He would have been released in Nigeria.
Because of his personality.
His lawyers will now be doing a back and forth at the court. And they will frustrate the family. When a common pastor, can threaten Nigerian citizens. A pastor that has done something wrong will come out and will threaten people, and they will come out, get cameras, get ring lights, and start saying what's not.
Defending order.
There was a breaking news that the mainstream media would not take. About 20 people were kidnapped at Kara this morning.
Say that again, no.
They were coming. Yeah, they were coming from redemption camp.
Is Kara not in Lagos? Close
Beggar.
to Lagos? Beggar.
Yes, Beggar. Yes.
20 people.
They were coming from redemption camp.
Right.
Adeboye is there. Mopo is guiding him. Stika is guiding the worshippers that go there. They will get to this. Some people will still go to that camp tomorrow morning, you know. And the pastor will come out on the pulpit and tell them that they should pray for the ones that have been kidnapped. And if they don't return the people, they will place a curse on them. They will all randomly wait for another incident to happen. People will start talking about this Kara kidnapping now. Olugbenga's issue is gone. I can come out here, Mayagun, and tell people that, we arrested the people that attacked the war at Ogbomoso or Ilorin. Mayagun will attack a community and go to the hotel to stay there.
At the same time, since July 5.
What is all this? These are things that will not happen abroad. Nigerians are not patient. Nigerians are not calm people. Nigerians are people that are dumb. They are cowards. Standing for your rights in the Quran, it is there. If you die while fighting for your rights, you die a Saeed. You die like a very honorable person. Why are you not defending yourselves? Why are you not standing against what is right? What is wrong, brother? Why are you not standing against what is wrong? Why should the government not take care of your children? Why should your children not have free education? Why should you not have access to good social amenities, health facilities? It is wrong, Mayagun now. But immediately you start talking about it, you will see some idiots. They will stand up too and start telling you what is wrong.
Madness. So
it is what it is, Mayagun. If we see, we are still going to take these people to Yoruba Nation, no?
I know.
I've always said it. You see these mad people, yeah? These people that have mental problems. Now, the person Oyatunome was talking about, you should have said they should take him for a walk too.
Well, they want to do it spiritually.
You know? Spiritual, because the apart that we're talking. If Pastor Neche should talk, he's a trained medical doctor. Neche handles money. Do you understand? The other pastor too handles money, tithes, offering. You know, they handle all that. They will be able to come up with the good calculation. You see this affair?
Yeah.
They handle women. They handle pussies. That's what they handle.
And that's why they talk more about
Any compu can come up and start reciting, have the knowledge of Quran, start reciting, and you see some idiots with the hijab sitting in front of him.
Shouting Allah, Allah. Yeah.
Because where they come to my judge, somebody
Everything jackpot more for raw.
So we will know where we are going. And to suffer more, ni bank or yeah, what's his name? Former Emir.
Sanusi
is as guilty as any other person. Mayagun.
Let me tell them.
He is as guilty as any other.
Yeah.
Toba Mada Ogun Sile, Ogun Sile. Mayagun, if military is going to take over, which I'm 190% sure about that. Because we're a country that is bankrupted. That is what is always happening. If military will take over, we know bandits is taking over because they work hand in hand. And we can know where to go from there. Then we can eat the streets, but will our people come out on the streets? Is this Yoruba nation not something that people just do in their room? Oh. Let me give other people a chance to call in.
Thank you so much, Princess. So, yeah, nice one. Let me take another call. That's the Princess there. I have another caller on the line.
Hello.
Here we go. Hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
This is Larry from Lagos State.
Larry from Lagos. So I have one Larry.
Yes, sir.
I have one Larry, yeah, from the US. Now I have another Larry from Lagos. So I'll remember that.
From Lagos, sir.
How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm fine, sir. Well done, sir. Nice program, sir.
Thank you very much.
This is my first time of calling.
I know.
Yes, it has been a wonderful thing to be in your program tonight.
Thanks so much, Larry.
My brother, what's on ground is that the foundation of Nigeria is so bad that if anybody come into that system, is going to collapse. Even we too that we are agitating today, if we get to that system, we are going to do more worse than those people there.
Bless you.
Yes, because of the foundation. So nobody, when it comes to Nigeria, Nigeria is a doom. You know, a place of doom. What do you expect to come out from there? And see, what is coming now, what is coming on Nigeria now is the foundation that is speaking. Those churches, those ministries, those activities, all those things that is built on Nigeria, they are going to collapse with it.
And it seems that
it's just a matter of time. This is just the beginning.
It's like a APC are reading from a different manual. They feel like they have done the best job. They have united the country.
That is
they have
it.
built the country.
That is it.
People just don't like them. That whether they did all of that and people still don't like me, you know, people will never vote for them, will never support them, so they don't care. They're like living in their own world. But Baba, the one will off me
because they understand the foundation. They understand the system.
Yeah, you know the one where they off me. The one that off me is the people who are the victims of all their policies, who still stand with them. That is the one that off me, Larry.
More is still coming, sir. Oshimbo, tell you anything. Because these people, just more is still coming. More is still coming. So, any to bá yọrẹ kúrò Nigeria tí Nigeria to finish. Nigeria is a place of wasters. See, when you have destiny and you are Nigeria, forget that destiny. That destiny is useless. That is the meaning of Nigeria for us. It will be Nigeria in which shows destiny is everything. And look at the churches that are supposed to come out. See what Nigeria have turned churches to. Check out the churches in other countries.
There are.
But look at our own churches here in Nigeria. They have become business centers.
I mean, some of them are even waiting for the political money right now, and they will be hearing them soon as well. So,
yes, it has been there before now. So it's the foundation now. So many people are going to go for it, whether we like it or not. It's just like a ship that wants to sink. Nothing we can do.
There is nothing, except when they hear these messages and they decided not to. It will be on them. It's them that will say, no, I'm not going to do it. But that we can stop them. Baba, myself, no, say, you know, if you stop them.
But we are going to do our best, sir.
We will do our
sir,
best.
Just like you are speaking now, you are talking now.
Yes.
Just like a way of salvation. But it goes through here, all the change might do, and they have been into this agitation. 2 years ago, no more story and more profile everything. Then I come to repentance. I was just like them too. If you don't tell them one, okay, Nigeria will be great. We are the future of tomorrow, sir. But today, you are there. I don't go swinging. What you are doing now, you are passing a message of truth.
That's right.
You are now, and that truth is what will deliver us now. Truth is nothing but the truth. So more is still coming, bro. So more is still coming. So
I love that. Yeah, I love that, and I love your spirit as well, Baba. In fact, I strongly believe that if all of us come together, right, the real people who are genuine Yorubas, who actually want the best for Yoruba land, like yourself, as I can see, right, or I can feel, I would believe that opportunity and the resources to make you thrive, to make you excel, get others on board, their resources will come your way, and that opportunity will come your way. I don't think there are, we're going to lack people, genuine Yorubas in Yoruba land, if they have the right tools to stand up for Yoruba land, and we won't find them. I don't think so. So, Larry,
we have come out. See, as I'm talking to you, I happen to be one of the youth executive in Christian bodies. Stand agitate now. We are going to churches, reaching out to people's pastors now. We are telling them now, churches now, wake up before it is too late. Before it is too late. That is our job now. So we are not backing up. So we are not giving up.
Thank you so much. Let me take another one again, okay? It's such a pleasure having you on the program tonight. In fact, such a pleasure, right? So I'll take another one, maintaining or managing our time. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Mayagun. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. This is K from Spain.
Sir K from Spain. Caller in full. How are you today, sir?
Exactly. Oh, fine. Thank you.
And thanks for the other day. Yeah. You see that input you dropped the other day concerning the history, right? In fact, I will say this, and I'm saying it publicly.
Yes.
Also helped me to understand the concept of writing our history. Okay, so which simply means it's all to learn and then to study and all that. So thank you very much for that time, and thanks for coming on again today.
Yes, you are welcome.
Thank you.
About this, all these Yoruba people that are backing APC Tinubu, I just want to ask them a few questions. And my question is that if they bring the report card of APC, what will they score on economy, on security, education, and health? These people cannot answer this question.
They can't.
If I say they score zero, that means I'm generous by saying they score zero. They have scored negative. They have brought us backwards.
Far backward.
Everything is backward. So they have not scored anything. And now you are supporting Tinubu because he's a Yoruba. In fact, if everything is under a normal condition, I will choose even a Fulani if I know that it is competent. I will not choose because he's a Yoruba
tribe or religion.
Exactly. Exactly. That is what I will choose. You know quite all right that this guy is not competent. His health is not stable. He cannot really do it. But you just exactly. The Fulani that put him there, if they remember, they didn't want him to be there. He's a APC people. They don't want him to be there.
No.
But they allowed him because they know that they are going to remove. They are going to remove him. If at all he gets there.
I mean, they are making it look like, Sake, they are making it look like today that we did not know everything that happened prior to their primaries, including all the gang up, including all the plot and everything. And how he managed to use the Lagos money to shock all of them, like we didn't know. So where is that, go on, sir. Anyway, go on. We actually remember.
Yes. Yeah. Because they are going to remove, they have many reasons to, many things they can use to remove him. They can even use his health to remove him.
Well.
After like three to 6 months, they can say that he's not competent, he's forgetting things, which is true. He's not fit medically, and they can use that to remove him. That one is one. They can even kill him. That's two. And now you that is doing is because it's Yoruba, let's put in there. And now they now remove him. What are you going to do?
No,
and
they
put another.
They should make a Yoruba man vice to Shetima now to compensate them.
They now put Shetima there. That one. That means na Boko Haram go the way. In fact, everybody will be tied down.
Yeah, finally.
Finally. So it's a game that is not profitable. Choosing any of these politicians.
No.
It's not a game that is profitable. The profitable thing for everybody to know is that, look, let us divide this thing. Make everybody go manage in life as they want. Let everybody go and start. But they don't want to know that. But we shall see, because there's an avalanche coming. There's an avalanche of Wahala that is coming very soon. And that one they will see. Then I believe they will know where to go at that time.
They may not even know where to go, but we will help them. Because
exactly, that's what I'm coming to.
Yes.
That is why I like this program. It educates people, it opens their mind, and it makes them to know the right thing, even though they are pretending now. But when that avalanche come upon them, they will remember that, okay, this is what we have to do.
Thank you so much, Sake.
And yes, just one more thing. And it's calling that the Nigerian people, they are tolerant. It is true, they are tolerant. But their tolerance, it is now a mumu. It has turned to mumu. And the politicians
now it's been taken too far, which we can now call mumu.
Exactly. Mumu. Yes, because the politician knows about all those
being
things.
Tolerant anymore. It's about being mumu.
Exactly. It's a mumu. So we have to take ourselves from this mumu level and face this thing out. All these people that are controlling and making everything, if you count them one by one, they are not up to 5,000.
Well.
And they are shaking all of us, over 200 million. They are not more than 5,000. They and their family. And they are shaking everybody. Everybody is running up and down, left and right. So this time around, when any upsurge come this time around, you must be ready to face it to the end. That is why I like all this preaching that you are preaching, because this is what is going to make us to be strong to face it.
Because we always remind people that we may not be able to tell you what to do, but we can always remind you that everything you do, there are consequences, and you should be responsible for them. So sometimes before you do them, and you have the idea of what the consequences can be, you may change your mind. That's what Mayagun's Diary Political is all about. You will make the decision.
It's all about.
Then you must be able to live with it when you make the decisions, please.
Exactly. Yes. Well, let me allow some other people to call in too.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the program, and keep the good work.
I will. Thank you.
God bless you.
You have a good one, and you too. Amen. So I will take this. I have, in fact, I'm so happy that you caught up with us today. Is that Prince? Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Oh, the Prince. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good evening, my good general.
You are welcome. Good evening to you, sir. You see, one thing I want you to do for me first, before you add your contribution today, is that there is, a bid program coming up for the Biafrans in the UK on the 20th of August. Right? Now, the clip you
20th,
the 20th. Yeah. So the clip you sent to me had this audio in it, and I'm just somebody who doesn't like gambling with audios that I don't know the source for the same reason, for the obvious reason, okay? Can you please tell people about that upcoming event quickly, just before your contribution, Prince?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, my good general.
Sir.
Build is all about Biafra, starting from 67 to 70 war, what Biafra has been going through Yes, we lost over 5 million people during that war. It's a genocidal war.
That's right.
And to date, Biafrans are being profiled in Nigeria. Right. You know, so and our businesses are not being allowed to go freely, or you know, for our for us to live freely in Nigeria as a normal citizen. You know, these are part of the things that all about Bill is all about Biafra. Everything
So
about the loss we had.
So people have been invited to join as well. So I'm glad that we've mentioned this. So I finally got the flyer on the screen. Okay, people can read this as well. So I'm going to let you make your contribution tonight. Okay, don't worry. People are reading the they are reading the poster right now, so they will be part of it, and I'll add my voice to it as well. Okay. Now, the Prince.
Yeah, thank you, my good general. Yeah, my good general. I thank God for this year program, because I know that international communities are watching this year program. Right. Because your program is an informative program, educative program, where people comes to know the real fact about what is going on in Nigeria. You know, so I'm so happy about that, and that's why I want to use this opportunity to let them know, the CIA, FBI that are watching now, and BBC, I want them to know that Biafrans are being profiled. Biafrans that are traveling from all over the world, that are traveling to Nigeria, are being profiled. They are being picked up. Many of them are not being seen. That's what is going on now. So they should take note. The UN, after their directive to Nigeria to free Nnamdi Kanu, they enter into another version of profiling Biafrans. And this is the reason why our people should not continue in this charade called election, because they cannot be profiling you as a Biafran, as an Igbo man. Then you are participating in their election. You are not a citizen. If you are a citizen in Nigeria, the military of Nigeria will not be calling you bloody civilian. The police cannot be calling you bloody civilian. When they call you this name, these are the reason why they kill you at will. And they have nobody calls them to order. There's no justice for anybody as a Nigeria. So this is the reason why I am employing every one of us, every Biafran, every Nigerian who has sense, they should all go away from what is called PVC. The PVC that they are giving to us, the Nigerians, now most of the PVC, some of them are being burnt, some of them are being thrown away in the ocean. I don't know if you have seen them, Mayagun. Most of the PVC that people that they've issued people, they never give them to them. They are being thrown away. Some are being burnt. You know, we see them all over social media. The ones from Abuja, the ones from Lagos, they will shift it to east and throw it away at the east. The one in Abuja, they will shift it to somewhere in Lagos, bush, and throw it away. That's what is going on. So there's nothing like election. Our people should not continue in disturbing their lives, saying that they are going for election. Why the Fulani has no agenda of giving anybody a democracy. I mean, the government to anybody. Their agenda is to take over Nigeria. Period. There's nothing else they have in mind. Are you getting me?
I'm following you.
Then, Tinubu said that he's going to continue with where Buhari stopped. Yeah, two sickness that we are sure of that is very, very open. Dementia. He's suffering from dementia. He's suffering from Parkinson, the shaky one. Yeah. The dementia is not remembering things anymore. This one are very, very obvious. Apart from the one of Pampas, yeah, that is hidden under, you know. So in conclusion, Mayagun, I'm going to have another new version song for him, for Turungu. Yeah. Can I give that version before I go? Yeah.
Go on.
Baba atonle ma bonle, wa tonle ma bonle o. Baba atonle ma bonle o. Baba olórí irọ́ ni. Baba atonle ma bonle, wa tonle ma bonle o. Baba atonle ma bonle o. Baba olórí irọ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀. Gbogbo tó sọ irọ́ ni. All their campaign irọ́ ni. Thank you, my good general.
Fake, like,
God bless you.
Where the wicked we say. So I'm gonna say, hold on for me, my caller. Can you hang on there for a second? Prince Jejeman said something about the PVC and all that stuff, where some people feel like the whole thing is already rigged even before it starts. Whatever it is, there are reports out there. One of them is another of these reports from River State, like this one. Before I take that call.
This is Apogo on Arudi Road, Romodara. We're just informed by a team of men working that while they were cloning the drainage, they found baskets of voters' cards inside the gutter. Down here, these are the baskets of voters' cards that are here. So while they were digging up, look at voters' card. These are people's voters' card that was buried inside the gutter. Passerbys are astonished at the level of honesty the government holds. We have questions. Could it be that this is the problem of the government or a problem of an individual? When you look closely, you can see voters' cards. These are people's voters' cards that
take their voters' card. That's what we
here.
want. Not for them to come and carry.
This name we have Ogbonna Ngozi students. Address is 118 Okboro Road. We have another one here, which is Vincent Juliet. All these things are all Obiakpo local government.
Found in Apogo Estate.
So who saw these things? How did you see it, sir?
Inside, look at the back. Inside the back.
Oh. It was buried, it was put inside his bag and put inside the gutter. Beautiful. Beautiful. While he was digging the gutter, he said,
hello there.
Yeah, what up, my brother?
One Nemo. So how are you? Osita?
Great. May the peace of the Lord continue to find you.
Amen. And
locate you. All your good work.
Thank you.
Of humanity.
Thank you.
You are a great man.
Thanks, man.
Anyway, we'll keep seeing new things. But to the people who are blind, it is new. But for us, it's not new.
It is not.
This is a playbook from Hope, 1993. You will see the way it will end. The only way they can keep power, these people can keep power, is by making sure the military comes back. And when the military comes back, it's still the same old song that they play. They will tell the international community corruption. The Buhari administration, according to Buhari, is corruption. The Buhari administration is so corrupt that everybody is so corrupt. The country is broke, which everybody know that the country is broke. The country don't have any dime anymore. Then they will say because people are so divided.
So they need to rescue Nigeria and save Nigeria from the politicians. And that's it.
So, and that's it. The international community will shout. They will tell the international community that within 2 weeks, they will draw a plan, a roadmap to restore democracy.
To restore order.
Then they will tell you that, and they will tell you that it's going to take another 2 years. There's nothing the international community will do
you
because
you forgot the part where the politicians themselves will begin to gravitate towards the military and become to tell them that we can help you stabilize so that before we go, because they are always the ones who help them talk to the people.
That's what they will do because they will include them in the cabinet.
It is the same playbook.
It's still the same playbook. So the only thing I like about the angry youth is that the only thing I appreciate is that they will carry this thing and become disappointed. And when they become disappointed, I pray to God that their anger will increase the more.
That they will be able to actually react for you.
So that they can react completely because they are only partly reacting now, but so that they completely react.
Same thing I'm seeing too.
So let's not be deceived. I was talking to my cousin today in Abuja, who is a bank manager,
right?
And they told me that he talked to some of these people, and they told us that the way they put it, they tell you that in case there is a problem, that we have already surrounded the whole of Nigeria. That's what they said. And I keep telling people.
Did you not see what happened in Abuja yesterday or read about it, Osita? Where some youth, for no reason, they blocked the Abuja airport road. And people had to start turning back. And then some of this, Fulani, Hausa boys, they started stoning people in their cars. It was chaotic. That was the road to the nation's airport. I mean, the nation's capital's airport. Osita.
Airport. The so-called number one airport in Nigeria. So now, we are looking at it, and he told me that the way he put they put it, that in case that everybody wants to react, that they have already planted their people in the whole jungle, in the whole strategic places in Nigeria. So that was what he said. Because he told me a lot of things he wanted to do for his family. He wants to take them abroad, the family abroad, and he wants to remain. Now, but I keep telling people, taking your family abroad or anything, everybody can take their family
really
abroad.
Exonerate you. Probably you just only guarantee that they will not be kidnapped and killed. But what about other people, extended family and all that?
What about other people? So it's hard time we'll have this thinking that all of us will, number one, will have to behave like one man who is getting ready for this whole thing, and that is Autumn. He is getting ready. Yes, he is getting ready. It's hard time we start thinking about getting ready because the Armageddon is here already.
What breaks my heart sometimes is that when I look at people who are passionately defending all these rogues, all these politicians, you see, when the alarm blows, bang, the politicians will disappear. Like, boom, they will run away. Those who are going to run through the short routes and all of that, those who are going to jump in their private jet and all of that, they will run away. They will abandon these people fighting for them. Like so, they will abandon all of them there in that Nigeria.
You remember the pastor already said that. That he already has plan B. Plan B. All of them, they have plan B.
They do.
But there's some people who don't even have plans. Not to talk about plan Z. They don't even have plans.
And telling them about it makes them hate you. They say you want to divide Nigeria. Yes. But those who are dividing Nigeria, they have plan B. Us, where they hear, they pity them, they talk, they consider us as the problem, Osita, unfortunately.
How can somebody be against somebody? In America of today, people stand and make songs about the president. How much more somebody who is
I mean, I do advise them to go to American social media and see how they are roasting Joe Biden. I mean, sometimes you feel like, man, you Americans, Well,
I live in the US. Something that is not, everybody knows what is the problem. But he is, because of the fact that he's the president, you can see the way they are roasting him for
they will
what
roast
is
him
not
every
his cause.
day, every hour. He was struggling to put on his jacket the other day, right? And I was like, this video, they will make it and milk it. Man, I don't know. Like, Nigeria won't let you do that. They will be reminding you, do you want to grow old? About no be you go call. No be you go tell us if we go grow old or not.
The man was riding a bicycle. The man was riding a bicycle. And he fell down. At his age, he's riding a bicycle. But he tried to ride it. I mean, he rides the bicycle. But this person we are talking about can't even hold a pen. And you think people are making mockery of him? Anybody that gives him a good advice to enjoy the money that he has stolen, at least enjoy the stolen money, his stolen wealth, and that person becomes a problem.
And then if you say no, Osita, if you say no, then whatever you see, collect them like that. No, they complain.
No, they complain.
Abi?
You understand? Not be today, yes, day for back.
Tell them all. Like, why would you complain when people said this thing is wrong and all of that? You said that's all you have. People should take it like that. Then you should also take whatever they give back to you as well.
There was a video my brother was supposed to send to me. I didn't know if they sent it to you.
Right.
He was smuggled out of Nigeria that people should not know that he was the one traveling abroad for treatment. He was smuggled out of Lagos. They got this thing. I'm going to pressurize my brother to send it to me so that I can send it to you.
I would love to have that.
They smuggled him out, thinking that people are not going to know. That is the reason I said people will always know. Because Buhari has been in this kind of thing. People know.
And now, even Buhari, we track Buhari everywhere. You know? Like, who would want to put themselves through the trauma of Buhari's experience, where you don't even know where, if he's alive here or if it's not alive there? Who want to put themselves through that same trauma again?
Let me say something to you. I want you to look at it critically, because I'm somebody I think I meditate on issues very well.
Right.
The late Deji Tinubu. That late Deji Tinubu is somebody I know. But when I knew him, they used to say, "Oh, that is Tinubu's brother." But I can stand vividly today to tell you, yes, Deji is not Tinubu's brother; it's his son. I have my reason.
Hang on, is his son? Did you say?
Yeah, he's the son. Let me tell you the reason.
Okay, tell us.
The kids you see, the kids you see with Tinubu all the time are Deji's children. The only person that can give a love, nobody gives love to youth like that. They only give love to grandchildren. It is only grandchildren they give love to like that.
Right.
I can't give those kind of love to my sister's children or my brother's children. It's only my grandkids that can give that kind of love. So my brother, that man is not a man of today. That man is not a man of today. He's not a grandpa of today. The only reason Yorubas respect elders more than Igbo, the only reason Tinubu doesn't respect Obasanjo is because of he knows that they are ethnic or he is not older than Obasanjo. I tell you this. So what I'm trying to say, how long will we continue to recycle ourselves among these old failures?
And then be expecting something different.
And expect something different. I need people to think. How long will we continue on the same old road? And they tell you this is old road, and you will never see a new road and old road look alike.
Never.
And they tell you that thing is an old road. And you
follow old road is a familiar road, isn't it? Where you know the destination and where it leads. Road. And somebody is telling you that, no, the destination is different now. They've changed it. You're like, come on, this is an old road. This is a common one, that a familiar road. I don't want to trek this path. I mean, I don't want to
If you are somebody who drinks wine,
yeah,
look at all the wine from different countries and they tell you that this thing is an old wine. They taste the same way. They don't taste different. It is only new wines that has different things.
Would have to bring you new taste.
But old wine cannot give you a different taste. It's still the same old taste. So, my brother, it is hard time. We'll have all of us. We'll have to eat that same liver. We'll eat that same liver that Autumn is eating right now.
It is spreading, Osita. I can agree with you on that. You see, the moment APC is coming to the close, and they continue to unravel
by the end of this year,
people will respond.
Yes,
I believe.
By the end of this year, my brother, you will see what is going to happen. You will see.
So close.
The way it's going to.
Thank you very
much.
Let me take another call and then I can call it a night afterward. Well, I have had a wonderful conversation with wonderful people tonight, and I've seen some comments as well out there. Quite interesting. So let's listen to this caller. Hello there.
Good to have you, Mayagun.
Hello, Clemo, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. You enjoying America, are you?
No, I'm back in Germany. In fact, one of my friends.
You haven't thrown out the well. You've told me that I will just stop. So, well, how are you tonight? I mean, sorry.
I did, Baba. Last night, one of my friends told me, "Hey, watch Arise TV. Watch Arise TV on YouTube. There's something going on."
Right.
I just woke up my TV. I see Ondo Festus Kiamo again.
Senior advocate.
You know, one of those advocate of nonsense.
The guy now.
You know, I saw he's a senior advocate of nonsense. Absolutely right. I mean, when me and my guy in the watch that scene, I felt like if they do me like make I just punch him from TV. I swear to God, I can't think if I spoil this TV now, Kiyama no go pay this TV back.
You go.
Okay, calm down. Nigeria wahala, that problem.
Go. If you weigh the cost of TV these days, even if you get anger problem, you go watch out. You know, you go when you have to pay like €1,000, €2,000, €4,000. It depends on your fancy. So when you look at your TV, man, I don't get anger problem. I think I'm managing it. You have to control it. So
I swear. I mean, that dude was so ridiculous to the extent like
so insulting.
He was quoting the interviewers, you know, the anchor, like they quoted him wrongly on his speech on channels. And he was coming here to defend it. He gave 5 leads of the things he said, which they quoted wrongly. I mean, when I saw all these things, I still say, see, even though we all know this, Nigeria can never change. It's impossible.
No.
Anybody who is fooling himself and thinking there will still be one Nigeria, you are totally stupid. And that's why I give a lot of credit.
Clemo, I don't know if you see that,
Yes.
They were talking about students being home, ASU asking for money and all of that. So
he said parents should beg the ASU.
You heard that one? Yeah, he said all manner of nonsense. Then at some point, it was like, Sheung, let's move on to something more important. I'm like, Mugbe.
Yeah, exactly.
So the future of the students that have been home, millions of them, for the past 6 months, they are not really important. He said, let's move to something more important, please. Let's move to something more important. People deserve the leaders they have. I know they.
I mean, I felt like, how do we get exactly how that pastor illustrated it? How did we get here? Who are these gangsters? Who are these people?
They are really Nigeria
is a gangster nation now. Let's be real. Where your voters registration card there for inside gutter. Can you imagine? I saw it today also on Arise. I was so, I don't know. And you come here and tell me your vote counts. I mean, if you see how this Kiamo was saying it with all manner of proudness and being so sure that APC will win because of their legacy. They asked him, you guys said,
Clemo, right? I don't know if you have seen that one. Have you seen that of Shitu, that former minister?
Yeah.
You never see that in his own interview. Right? Okay, he was talking as usual, you know, mad people with confidence. Okay, he was talking nonsense, but he was so confident, right? We are going to. They said, but Muslim ticker is not going to bring unity. And I said, no. He was talking and talking. Then one of the presenters was like, sir, many Nigerians are going to be so buoyed by your confidence that you're going to win. You know what Baba said? He just changed him. He said, why are you attacking my confidence? Why do you have problem with my confidence?
Why exactly?
Why is my confidence a problem? Why do you want to? What's your problem with my confidence? It was like, no. I'm like, people will be surprised that despite all this failure, that's what that guy, that presenter said. Like, people will be surprised though that you are so confident despite all these failures. Like, tell us about it. It was like, why are you attacking my confidence? I'm like, you don't finish.
Because they know the tricks they are about to play. And one of those tricks is unveiling in front of us now. One fair eye, the go voters card are obedient. I mean, they know the region where obedience have that stronghold, right? And their tactics is just like hinder them, deprive them of getting that PVC. They registered on the national statistics. They saw it by themselves that the youth, have almost 80% of the PVC. Right?
I'm glad you mentioned obedience and you mentioned PVC, Clemo, right? Exactly. There is this Tinubu WhatsApp group that we broke into recently, right? And they raised one in that group. They are discussing, they were discussing how young people are, trying to rejecting APC, rejecting Tinubu and all of that, how people are following OB and the rest of that, right? Then something caught my attention, right? They were now raising points about PVC. They now said that, do you see the number of PVC in Lagos? 7 million. Okay? So the voters in Lagos have jumped to 7 million now. Now, they were now saying that, you see, because of the insecurity in the East, that most Biafrans that normally go back home to register so that they can vote, they stay back in Lagos. They registered. They were saying it within their WhatsApp group, that we have to do something, These people are in Lagos. They didn't go anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And it's a risk, as it is right now, make I tell you, as those who are listening and watching me right now, they know it too. Their only hope is to make sure that for Lagos, if you be an Igbo man, if you know, say they vote for Tinubu, no come up for your house. Although I'm not trying to scare you away because of now go see the way you go do. But I'm saying that this issue of PVC, this issue of OB and the rest of that, in their camp, if you know waiting, then they plan. Well, later I don't go participate in any more charade. Trust me.
I swear, it doesn't make any sense because they already have their plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. They are just brainwashing themselves because they can't brainwash us. And now, this issue of PVC of a thing should have been, I don't know how to explain it. So that's why I don't listen to all these appeals, even pastors. But I was really kind of skeptical about that presentation.
The game is the game now. Now religious war. Me, when I see their video, where pastor they talk, where imam they talk, I will come here, bring them to you and say, Shena, no be your policies be this, no be him be this. We have told you.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you remember that imam or chief imam of the Abuja district that they banned because of the honesty he played? It was not even towards the election time, Muslim ticket. I was so amazed at those two affairs. Me, they let away bedsheet story. Me, around people, even though I'm not a Muslim, but I love Muslims. I have Muslim friends. It's just of recent that all these things started popping up. Why? Because the government doesn't have control of the people. And come imagine now, some people are saying because the pirates are singing and disgracing Emilokon. Who is Emilokon? It's not because of our Yoruba tradition, our norms and value, which hold high respect for elderly people. If not of that, imagine Angela Merkel in Germany, that when they allowed the Syrians to gain free access to Germany and give them a lot of opportunities, go to work, go to school. I want to say the people who have been here for long, they deprived them of going to school. They went on the street and made the placard of Angela Merkel's head with Hitler, Angela Hitler. That was what they wrote.
That's what I remember.
Nobody deprived them of their views. This is democracy, but there is no democracy in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, that information that was leaked, it was not released from the government that they bought those cars for the J Republic. Don't forget, they did not come out openly and told us.
Somebody exposed that.
It was exposed. So, I mean, there are even a lot of other things that are unknown to Nigerians, which is under the carpet. You know? So, I mean, how can you trust such a government? And APC will pay, someone will come and proudly represent.
You are even talking about trusting. Clemo, how can you separate this government from Tinubu? I don't know what they are up to or whatever they are actually like smoking. How do they want to talk about APC, the failure, but they don't want Tinubu to be associated with it? Like how?
My God, don't let's forget the Niger Delta, the oil spill. Some thousands, millions of people's lives have been destroyed.
The environment.
Millions of people's lives. When you say their village. Yeah, they have water which they fish on, they farm on, everything. I watched that the documentary, and then one other interview from Asari Dokubo. Asari was really annoyed. Even though he said we get home for body, but I mean, at least for someone to still come out and call a spade, that see all this region, and you, when they told him like, who was Wike wants to contest, you said, that one a joke now. That's a joke. Are you joking or you're asking me this question? That's a joke now. He even went on further I don't want to go too deep into that. Well, you know, this thing is so painful.
Yeah, make I take one more before I go. But just talking about
I just want to say one last thing.
Hang on, no.
I want to say one last thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please.
There is one of our brothers on the comment section, Simeon. Right. He's now repentant and now back. He is right now disobedient. He used to be the obedient fellow, but you have converted him.
I've been reading your comments. I've been reading all
if you have your shekere, you need to roll shekere for Simeon this time. Thank you very much, Mayagun. Keep on the hard work.
Simeon, your name popped up, and they say make a raise shekere for you. So there you go, Simeon, for coming back to your own mind as expected by the people of the temple. So let me take this again. Hello there.
Hey, Mayagun.
Yes,
how's it going?
I'm very well. How are you, sir?
Good. This is Joe from New York City.
Joe, how are you? Thanks so much for joining me. You are likely going to be my last caller if we can do it sharp as well. How are you, sir?
Yeah. Good. So I only have 2 points to add. And before I do that, big shout out to Princess. I always love her contribution.
Thank you.
Straight to the point and very profound. So, it's great to have her on the show. So, Baba, now 2 things we want to talk about too, right? Number one, right?
Yes, sir.
That BBC Zamfara interview. Sure you understand?
Yes.
Now, the same thing where Nnamdi Kanu done the talk scene. Say, ethnic cleansing they happen and now Fulani be the common denominator. So you understand? So they don't they do and from north. Hausa be the culprit. They don't they middle belt, then they southwest, then they for east, right? And the same thing that you're saying on your platform, saying everybody be well, ethnic cleansing they happen. So now when you go down to those in Nigeria, they like to listen to things where you go to. So now where you go down co-sign out.
Yeah.
Maybe they will listen. Maybe they will start to take it seriously. They'll be like, oh more, if like they're not true, right? So that's one of the things I want to talk about.
Actually shocked them, Baba. Today, BBC is now owing Laya Muhammad 5 million naira. Daily Trust is owing Laya Muhammad 5 million naira for exposing that Zamfara. Terrorists.
How much be 5 million? Convert 5 million to pounds. So that's small money. Then go pay the fine. But the truth is,
because they even told them that they will do more. They told them that they will do more. Exactly. They are going to expose more.
People, because now the fact with that. So as people they feel say whether Nnamdi Kanu they lie or we talk about these things to the warmongers, but as them do comprehensive expose, I was pretty impressed and I was happy about that. Right. So that one is number 1 point. Number 2 points, we say, on top this security matter, right? For Nigeria, now everybody be their own government. Everybody they provide their own water, their own food and everything, right? So I'm saying, say, is it possible? Say, waiting with the logistics where they involved to say if person gets small command center where they fit track phone calls. So if they kidnap your person, you can go to these people, maybe pay a small fee. They can give you, they can triangulate where the ransom calls they come from. You gather boys, arm them, you storm that place and go rescue your family members, right? So, for example, now if I
don't think it's actually much, but say that example, sir. I want something. Go on. For example.
Right. So, for example, now if you now say I won't come Nigeria for December to come look my parents, right? Personally, I'm gonna get checked, right? I go place where I go implant tracker for one part of my body. Then my family's them go they ping me wherever I stay, right? That's because I think right, I'm privileged like that, right? But the issue now is say for the general public, if something like that will happen, even if they're not cheap them, right? If they grab somebody, carry and go inside bush, and then call from that your family member phone call, say, we have your family, and I just pay 20 million or this, that, this. They can triangulate that call, then you can get some people together and you go with them because police not going to do anything for you. Military not going to do anything for you. So you have to be your own security. So, and I don't think they get plenty ideas on top this platform. So I wanted to put it out there.
Put it out there as well. I appreciate it so much, yeah? Let me tell you something, sir.
Right.
People have already, with the, probably with the little resources they have, right? In Nigeria today, people are able to track phones. The only thing is, even if the phone doesn't have SIM card, okay? The only thing is that don't turn it on. The moment you turn it on, right? People in Nigeria today, they can track that phone through the HME numbers, right? They have that technology now. In fact, people do them for free this time just to help the victims. You know what breaks us, sir? Yeah? So many times, the victims of, the families of the victims of those kidnapped, yeah? They will have all this, they will be armed with this information, location, everything, okay? But the only thing missing, they have nowhere to go to. The police won't take it from them. The military won't take it from them. That is where your idea become very, 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 very powerful and useful tonight. Because why not? We are. I mean, you know, we have the capacity to put to those experts, right? Those ones who are already doing it in Yoruba land. Abi, put them somewhere, fund them, and at the same time, you can do that. You can do that where people can say, call this number if any member of your family is kidnapped. In Yoruba land, call this number. So once you call it, it's just like hiring private investigators who can track your family member, take the area picture, image of where they track the phone to. If they see moving image and all of that, provide those things. How many people there and all of that. I love that. I love that. It's doable. It's doable. It is.
All right, Baba. That's now my 2 cents. Make I know hold you up. But you know, good
I
show.
love this and I appreciate it. And I'm going to also put it in our diary. Yes, it's in the diary. Thank you, sir. Let me take one more, and maybe I can then call it a night. Hello there. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I call it, sir.
Wọ́n bí ló dágun ẹjọ́ àwa Yorùbá hospitality máa kọ́kọ́ ẹ fún iṣẹ́. Ọlọ́run ọmọ mi jẹ́ orẹ́ lágbára Ọlọ́run a ó délẹ̀ lè rí. Lágbára Ọlọ́run kó o ní ilé ọ̀gá ló jẹ́ nínú Yorùbá nation. Lágbára Ọlọ́run kan ṣoṣo mi ò pẹ́ rí o. Ó dẹ̀lé máa lọ́dún kan mi bí jẹ́ èjì Jimá àti Gbọ́lágadé ni mi jẹ́ Yíbo. Lọ́dọ̀ àwọn àní Yíbo ní gbé. Bí àjùmọ̀ ni mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé kí òun ètè sábà débẹ̀ yìí. Tó torí náà mo ṣe sórí tábà ti dárò àwọn èèyàn ìsílẹ̀ mi ṣe kẹ̀kẹ́ lára Nàìjíríà o. Wọ́n ní ṣẹlẹ̀ mi ò dìbò mọ́ àbí tó bá change òfin létí fún àìsàn ta lè ṣe ní jọ́nà
òfin ní bá wọn dìmọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ìbò referendum ni tó bá gbé ní àpótí sábà yìí o àpótí pé ṣe é fẹ́ lọ àbẹ́ fẹ́ dúró òun lèmi fẹ́ bá wọn tẹra mọ́ sí i o ní ti bá bọ̀tà rárá àtọ̀.
tí o bá fẹ́ referendum a máa announce fúnra wa ní agbára Ọlọ́run lórí pé àwọn wo ló máa jókòó rẹ àwọn náà ni wọn àwọn àmì náà tí wọn ní UN wọn ti yọ̀wé wa lẹ́yìn kí la fẹ́ ṣe àbíká announce tí kọ́ńtì bí mélòó dẹ̀ support wa tó ti yé Ọlọ́run bá yóò jẹ́ kó ṣeé ṣe ní mo tó wọlé rí mo ti ń pèsè náà láti fi wọ́n náà wà Olúwa mo fẹ́ ṣàdúrà fún ẹni ṣá kò ní rẹ̀ o tó bá ti wá ráwọn èèyàn náà tí wọ́n bá ti ń kọ̀ndẹ́mù ẹnìkan nínú àwọn mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta tí ò dáa yẹn máa fún wọn ní pé kí ni máàkì àwọn yòókù náà àti Àtíkù àti Òbí kí ni máàkì tí lórí yòókù kọ́ mọ̀ ló wà síbì kan ní o èmi mọ̀ pé o síbì kankan o kọ́ mọ̀ níbì kan ló wà pé nígbà tẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tí wọ́n ní máàkì ilẹ̀ yòókù tó bá bí gbogbo wọn ò dá àwọn èèyàn gidi nìyẹn tó bá ti dé pé ẹnìkan làgbàlagbà ẹnìkan ọmọ kékeré wọn náà ló ṣe dáa rí nínú wọn ó lè ní gbogbo wọn ó lè Àtíkù custom officer ní pápáàbù ní mú níwájú Babangida nígbà tó wọ́n tó ń sáàbù.
ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kọ́ gbogbo láyé Ọbásanjọ́ àti ẹ̀rántí gbogbo ìgbà èyí tó ṣe lábẹ́ Ọbásanjọ́ nìkan lásán à ń ròyìn ẹ̀
tó yí àtọ́básanjọ́ fi ilẹ̀ fún tó ọ́fíìsì fọ́ yí àṣàkọ́kọ́ lọ fún fọ́ soliciti Nàìjíríà lọ wípé kí wọ́n bá káńsù wá nígbà tó ti ń ka tó ti káàkiri bẹ́ẹ̀sì ìyàlè ó ti ta gbogbo wọ́ọ̀fù fún rẹ̀ tán ó ti ta gbogbo kọ́mpì fún rẹ̀ tán Ọlọ́run ọba yóò jẹ́ kó ní ilé lágbára Ọlọ́run àdúrà máa ṣàkóso
nǹkan tó yẹ tí mo bóyá rántí ẹ̀sà nǹkan kan wà náà tó ṣe tó yẹ pé ṣẹ́rí mi ò bú ẹnì kankan lórí bí o bọ́ kí ló ti ń pè opinion ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀ yín pè mí wọlé tẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí sìn èmi máa ń fẹ́ play along pé opinion yín tẹ́ bá ti gbé wá àlejò fi ọ̀rọ̀ wérọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ get báyìí sà ṣẹ́rí kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n accuse Tinubu fún táti kò ṣe wọ́ọ̀sì ẹ̀ ọ̀kì má parọ́ fún yín o ṣé mọ̀ pé wọ́n ń pe nǹkan kan ní rẹ̀mítà wọ́n ń pe nǹkan kan ní alpha beta ẹ máa gbọ́ sá o alpha beta iléeṣẹ́ nìyẹn tó ń gba iléeṣẹ́ yẹn ló wá ní nǹkan tó ń pè ní rẹ̀mítà yẹn ló wá ń yọ táàsì lára àwọn èèyàn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí Tinubu ń gba 30% lé lórí in billions àbí. ìjẹ́ mọ̀ yí pé láti 2005 l'Àtíkù ti gbé iléeṣẹ́ sí port wa lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn tí wọ́n ti ń gba táàsì àti gbogbo import duty everything ní lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láti 2005 ní until 2015 nígbà tí 2016 nígbà tí APC gba ìjọba tán tí Buhari tó yọ dànù tó gbé lómi tó jẹ́ èèyàn tiẹ̀ síbẹ̀ so bí alphabet ṣe ń gbowó orí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni Intel Àtíkù ń gba owó ibodè
gbogbo orí ló pọ́ọ̀tì yẹn gbogbo yẹn ló yé mi mo rí pọ́ọ̀tì dáadáa.
Igbó rere ni gbó nílé ọ̀bọ ni gbogbo wọn o mi ò bẹ wọn yẹ mọ̀ sá.
gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ igbó ni gbogbo ilé ọ̀bọ àtọmọdé àtàgbà wọn ó lé ní gbogbo wọn kò sékè tó dáa mo sọ fún àbúrò mi kan láàárọ̀ àjọ ń tiyàn náà ni mo ṣàlàyé adánis gbogbo ìfúnkinis mo pé gbogbo ṣàmọ́ṣàdúrà kí Nàìjíríà ò bá ẹ kí Nàìjíríà bá bọ èké burúkú ló bá ẹ ẹwọ tó gba l'Ógbómọ̀ṣọ́ wọ́n pààyàn ní Ṣakí ará Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́ dákẹ́ wọ́n pààyàn ní ẹgbẹ́ gidi Ìbàdàn ní ìsọ̀kẹ́ àwọn náà ní ìsìn wọ́n á ní pópó ọlá Major General ó jáde ó nídìí wọn níbo ló wà gbá ayé ti gàngàn níbo ló wà gbá ayé tàbẹ́kúta nípa ayé tó lọ tó ní Ìgbòho níbo ló wà nìbàdàn ẹ jọ ẹ bá mọ sọ báwọn èèyàn wa kí nǹkan bá kàn wá gbọ́dọ̀ kí wọ́n ó dìde.
mo ń gbádùn yín sá.
ẹni wọ́n dìde ọlọ́run bá yóò pè àdéhùn lèmi má jẹ́ kí n pẹ́jù lórí kí nítorí èmi mo kọ́ wọlé rí tó bá ti rí Jack èmi nìyẹn o Jimoh Adio Gbọ́lágadé ọmọ Ìbàdàn olùwà wà pẹ̀lú ẹ.
Jimoh Adio Gbọ́lágadé ọmọ Ìbàdàn àbíyèsí o.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o Jack ọmọ Ìbàdàn ni o ẹ ṣe.
Kenny nice evening sir ó dàárọ̀ sir yes sir. So that's where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. My last caller Jack said that. When we condemn one, we should condemn all. As it is, none of them is in any way presentable. And if he has to choose, he will choose Yoruba nation. This time around, he doesn't even believe in referendum. He said he doesn't believe them. Rather, that if they are not going to give that still, right, then Yoruba should declare without waiting for them. Again, this is where we're going to draw the curtains tonight. Our time is so long gone, and I appreciate your time with me tonight. I really, really do. Thank you. And if you are just joining us, you can take your time to watch this from the start again. And also, if you haven't really dropped your offering, which is like the video, you can do so now before you go, okay? I am going to see some other time, and you can watch the replay of this broadcast tomorrow, just before 5 p.m. And again, thank you for spending your evening with me, okay? Good night, everyone.
Èmi ló kàn, èmi ló
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
òkúrọ̀ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀súnra kì í.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Mayegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í o. ẹ̀yin bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì í. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.